welcome to the back nine of the Go Throw Tour Championships at Highland Brewing, presented by Prodigy and Highland. We're very excited to be here. I'm here with Zach Nash. Yep. And he's on lead card. I'm on chase card. We are looking to put up some good rounds. And it's a beautiful freaking day.
Yes, it is.
Here's our front nine leaderboard. We want to take a peek, see where everyone is sitting. We got Zach Nash in first with Greg Barsby and KJ from third card on a burner right now. So definitely a lot of room to push. We got a jumbled leaderboard. There's like 6-7 people within 3 strokes of this thing. So
yeah, there's a lot of people to look out for. And with that, we have hole 10 coming in as the easiest hole on the course, 305 feet. Coming down the gap, you'll see a lot of people throw a backhand, flip up from hyzer to turnover. The most common gap you'll see is one from the short tee pad on the left, where you'll throw a forehand hyzer down the left side and dump it right about right here at the base of this tree and leave yourself a short putt.
Yep. This is a sweet hole. Paul's going with that backhand putter stand-up like you were just talking about. I'm going to flip this thing up and set it right by the bucket.
Oh, 167.
Super pretty.
And he'll be right there by that orange flagged area, which is actually from a bunch of hornets that are underground right there. Several people have gotten stung earlier in the round, so they marked it off as casual relief.
Yep. I'm going range here. Looking to do kind of the same thing Paul did. I didn't get much forward action. Normally I get a little bit more, but a little too turned for that.
Noah throwing a Nova here.
And he said he didn't throw it at all. He said it just fell out of his hand, and then he plopped it straight into the tree. So he was a little disappointed.
Wow. So James would like to go backhand turnover through the left gap.
It's the best shot this hole has ever seen.
Wow.
He's like across the creek on this side, like where the basket is. And Noah goes, I'm going to run this.
So Raven and him both just elected to do neither of the plays I talked about.
Yeah. Noah said he made 5 of these this morning and ran it. And it looked so good, dude. I'm about 38, 40 feet.
So what are you thinking here?
Bury it with pace. So I skipped right off the top instead. And not ideal.
Yeah. Hole 10, 11, and 12 are your ideal holes to birdie out here. If you want to rack them up quick and get your scores looking good, especially in this position, you're looking at getting 10, 11, and 12. They're the more open, shorter par 3s.
Yep. And this one definitely, as playing the easiest, you really want to pick it up. I had been missing straddle putts, and it felt really, really good to clean that one up, where I didn't get to use my legs very much. I was in water and got to putt and just buried it. Noah cleaned his up nicely, too. Definitely what you're looking to see here. But we want birdies, not pars on this stretch.
Great birdie from Conrad.
Yeah, after that crazy drive. And Paul just posterizing this right where you want to be. And all of a sudden, 4 under on his round after being even through 4. So jumping through into a good stretch there. Hole 11, gotta get hole. 3rd easiest hole on the course. Hit this first gap, let it skip towards the basket, and you're golden. There's not much to it. Backhand turnover. The backhand can get a little bit, you can air it out, so you can push a little deep. Really all you gotta do is just spin it through this gap and let it finish towards the basket. Don't overthink it.
Paul Oman electing to throw the backhand turnover.
So he and I tied on the card at this point. He
Zooming.
crushed this thing. And he threw it like 10 miles per hour, but it just goes so far because it's downhill.
James Conrad electing to throw the same shot.
Nomad, from where we were, it looked good, and then it also looked like it was going to hit Conrad. And then we didn't know if we should yell 4 because we knew he was watching. So he survived, and that's great.
Did it hit the cameraman?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
he's a pro. I shanked this. I threw it undercommitted. I didn't want to hit the trees in the back, and I'd go back to my back, and I was like, I am frustrated.
This surprises me. Noah has such a good forehand
Yeah.
to go backhand here.
Yeah. And he got yoinked down. I was the only forehand on the card, which just seemed so shocking to me for this style of hole. And then Noah just goes, bang! Spin. And
How far was that? That's got to
80
be.
feet, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. Run back. Check this thing out. Just spun it.
The nose up spin into the chains, and he knew it.
And a little hop jump. Say, please stay in. That was awesome. Yeah. I didn't make it. I didn't make it at all. And it was a little bit windy, and it wasn't even the wind's fault. Like, I was just never going to make that putt.
Conrad showing us what happens when you go a little bit long on this.
He had a knee nose up air bounce putt. That's how far back there he got. That's a tough one.
Oman's going to the knee as well.
He has been miscuing a little bit on the putting green. I'm thinking of like hole 6, and that one, he's normally very smooth with those and more on line, and he's been off a little bit right and left. I expect to see him be able to clean that up throughout the rest of the round. How'd you do on this hole today?
I did really well. I did a little Toro,
Yeah.
just straight down the bottom of the hill and let it skip towards the basket.
Nice. So we didn't have anyone in the circle on this hole, which is just crazy to think about.
It is crazy.
That's nuts.
Hole 12 coming in at the 8th easiest hole on the course, 343 feet. This is one of the last holes in that gauntlet that you really want to pick up. One of the easier holes on the course. You want to throw a backhand. You can drift it on a little anhyzer, left to right, if it's your comfort shot, or hyzer. It's really what your ideal shot is for your game. Probably playing close to 360, 370.
Yeah, I'd say so. And what you guys can't see is Zach's talking with his hands, so he's doing all the shapes with his hands, but you definitely want to make sure when you're throwing that you do the shapes with the disc. And that is not what you are looking for. The speed, the angle was great, but a little bit left.
Paul Oman's been dicing up the line with this Valkyrie all day. Just pulls a little bit right.
Hold. Yeah. You definitely want to be putting yourself close on this one if you can, and you do not want to be scrambling to save a par. If you get a bogey, you are losing strokes.
Conrad going up the middle. What is this?
This is a trail. It was really smooth. The speed control was really nice. He's been loving that disc.
Great shot.
I'm going to go back to my time lapse here that I threw on 7. Just smooth. I threw it like 60, 70%, and I was frustrated that I messed up the easy shots, and I said I'm not going to mess up any more easy shots the rest of the round, and just wanted to like get in a good headspace and make sure that I was executing. And I was really happy with how that one came out. Like, this is what you don't want to have to be doing. Like, this is scramble with a Valkyrie turnover glidey, and he just dimes it, dude.
That's very impressive.
It's so good.
For people watching at home, if you don't understand having to do a stretch out, standstill, patent pending shot uphill with a 9 speed diamond like that.
And like,
Takes
dude,
world class.
yeah, world class touch. I'm throwing that shot and I'm hitting a tree. Like, it's just, and like badly, or way overturned and I'm down the hill.
Conrad to clean up for birdie.
Beautiful. Good birdie. Yeah, so he was lining up his putt, and this walnut fell right behind us, and it just hit the ground. And this hill's so sloped, and I'm talking like it hit the ground 80 feet away from him, right? And it just slow rolls all the way down. It's right by my foot right now. It slow rolls, and it's making noise the whole time, and then it just stopped on my disc. And we both like looked at it, and we looked back, and they made his putt, and I was like, oh my God, this walnut just tried to like razz him, dude. But it was only like 20 feet, so glad we got to clean those up.
James almost got razzed by a walnut.
A walnut, and it was just a slow roll. It was
They were
just
coming down out there too.
Yeah, they were like missiles. Gotta be careful. Yeah, these guys cleaning up from tough spots. Didn't really get to see Noah's angle, but he threw a good skip up too. It was a really clean up and down. Hole 13. Wonky tee shot. You've got two gaps that you're going to see. People go up this middle that our drone is going now, and you're going to see forehand turnovers that go into the airspace that's been cleared out here on the left above these trees and then crashes back down towards the basket. You're going to see forehand stand-ups and backhand turnovers and just try and lace it all the way down. A really rewarding gap when you hit it because you will get all the way down there if you do it right.
Yes, and you'll see people get creative on this tee.
Mm-hmm. James is going with a nomad here.
This looks great. If it can beat the trees.
Yeah.
Those are the ones to miss if you're going to go down the middle.
Mm-hmm. Beat the first big one. Barely caught the next one. I'm going pyro here. So this is a 5-4-0-3. I'm starting it over on Annie into that gap and then drag it back. I actually land about 25 feet to 30 feet. I'm right by that big tree right there. You can see it flashing for just a second, but
I'm glad to see you go with that shot too, because it's hard to see off the tee, but there is a gap in the top left, and you don't see a lot of people go for it, but I think it is the more clean gap on this hole. There's maybe one or two trees to beat late in the flight.
Yep.
But it is a very clean shot. And Paul throwing it. Beautiful shot down the middle and just catches the last tree.
Yeah, and I told the crowd, because we had a lot of people at this point, and I'm a local out here, so I knew a lot of people in the crowd, and they were like, oh no. And I was like, every one of us has hit that sign. Like, we all know it. And they're like, yeah, no, you're right.
We all
like,
know the sound of the
sign. We all know
sign.
that one, yeah. Mm-hmm. Noah turned around and said, I'm going to drain this. And he just gave it such a sick run, man. That's such a cool shot to have with that much little zappy spin. But sadly, that was for par. So he's going to be looking at a bogey, his first one on the round.
Is this one of the first forehands we've seen from Paul this round?
He's been the forehand Toro guy, but yes, I think this might be the first one this round.
Good shot.
Mm-hmm. Great spot to be. A good up and down. James looking to ring this up. Just a little too much hyzer at the end there.
Yeah, this is a great spot to be off the tee.
Yeah.
Great birdie.
Thank you.
Gaining strokes on the field with that one.
Mm-hmm. And it felt like a very confidence-building putt because I was right on the pole from like 28, and it was like with good pace. So that felt really good.
And Noah will feel good about that one as well.
Yeah.
Letting us know how he feels.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just a bunch of cleanups here for everyone. But I'm trying to keep the dream alive. This prophecy that we were talking about yesterday of maybe we will end up in a playoff. Who knows?
Who knows?
But I saw you were in the lead, and I was like, I've got to push it. I've got to push it.
Well, to make it happen, he's got to get a few more. We're on to hole 14, par 4, 526 feet, ranked this 6th hardest hole on the course. Ideally, you want to throw a forehand or backhand coming at this little pole sticking out of the ground, and you'll throw a little backhand turnover into this gap and sit right at these trees and let it roll down towards the basket, or you'll see a lot of little forehand anhysers as well.
Yeah. I'm going with a time lapse here, one of our new retooled ones. Just trying to smoke it into the gap and let it flex right at the end.
Great shot.
It was perfect. I was so worried that it was going to roll down the hill, and then it just never even made it to the hill.
You just never know. Once you lose sight of it around that corner, it could do anything.
James started waving his arm, and then as soon as he did it, it like shot left. And we were like, oh my God, you have a superpower. And he was just like, left. And it was perfect.
Paul throwing it. Is this his DX rock?
This is the rock that he threw yesterday, too, and he made a great correction.
That was beautiful. That's as good as you can do with the backhand.
Yeah. With the mid.
Now electing for the forehand. This is the mistake you'll see oftentimes, leaving it high or inside right.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's Thorn City.
And he's in his sleeveless shirt, man. James
with the basket in his run up.
Almost, yeah. He was disappointed at first. He throws this, barely catches the tree. And he was like, I was about to use my power, but I didn't use it in time. And I was like, you have one power. I was like, how can you not remember to use it?
Wow.
Yeah. So Noah's so pinched where he was that he couldn't go into the main gap. So he just threw down the gap that we saw Austin Turner in yesterday, all the way up to pin high, just in the woods, so that he can pitch up. Smart play.
Here's the forehand anhyzer to match the hillside.
Yeah. A little inside. He actually got one tree kick and then a second one that kept him going forward, but he was definitely frustrated with that, and he was saying he should have thrown a backhand after that.
And then we'll see you go to a forehand anhyzer as well.
Just going with the range so that it sits nicely.
Maybe even a little run.
Yeah, not really meaning to, but happy to match the angle well. Noah took like 2 minutes to be able to get a stance without falling over because he's deep in the pit.
Yeah, and there are a lot of wood piles out here that you can find yourself on.
James with a long run. Definitely want to see a little more go from that, if at all possible. But it's a scary putt. A lot of downhill, a lot of bad things can happen.
Paul's going to be disappointed with that effort.
Yeah. Just to get another stroke on the group. Happy it stayed in the basket. On the pole left, but glad it worked. Paul looking to clean up here. Yeah, this is one that is, it can be a separator hole, one you want to pick up, but one you're not guaranteed to get. And after like the 10 and 11s where you really want to pick those ones up, it's like you want to grab this stroke as some insurance.
Yeah, and you never know what's coming up with 17.
Yep.
Focus. All right, let's get this thing rolling. It's time to show everybody our new Ace Run Pro whale sacks. I bet we get this done on the first try. What was that? You're supposed to hit me when I say dry. I said try, not dry. Wait, stop it! It's in my ear. We have to let people know that whale sacks keep you free of moisture. Toss me a whale sack. Huh, they really do keep you dry. No, wait. Go get a whale sack, please.
All right, hole 15, par 3. This is a hole that can be very difficult with the slope of the green, but you want to get a look. So you're gonna see stable disc coming left of this tree or above that little stumpy tree that we just saw, and pushing this back wall and then finishing in. You're gonna see like fireball style disc, overstable fairways, and some overstable mids. If you're a crazy guy, you push it really hard with those, but anything on hyzer, moving left, and checking by the basket. I'm going fireball here. Want to make sure no matter what, I keep it on hyzer and hit it. And I did.
That's a great shot.
Yep. Another straddle putt.
You didn't tickle the branch in the middle.
I didn't.
Stump.
Yeah, I avoided the finger.
James going to follow suit.
I like his angle. He just caught the guardian tree. Yeah.
You'll see that happen a lot of times on these hillsides too. It's a lot more dramatic than what the camera shows, but if you're coming in with something overstable, a lot of times they'll hit the hillside and roll.
Yep. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've thrown on this hole and threw a disc that I didn't think could turn over, and I threw it really hard, and then I turned it over, and then it went all the way across the creek on the last hole, and I just left.
What?
Yeah, dude. It goes really far to the wrong side if you mess it up.
And he just threw that as perfect as you could ask for this hole.
Yep, I think that was also his buzz. So he went with the straight mid.
Showing you how to do it. James from deep.
Yeah, he was frustrated to have ended up there. He wanted to pick it up. I've got kind of a wonky angle, but really happy to make that. It felt at this moment I knew I was playing well, and that if I kept birdieing, that I was going to put some real pressure on the lead. And it was like, hit your dang straddle putt. If you miss another one right, I swear to God.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, you can't afford to miss any more putts.
Nope, not at all. And that was a great comeback putt from James after not ending up where he wanted to be. That's a good par save.
Paul putting downhill.
Bang.
Good putt.
Just doesn't miss downhill putts. He's so good at them. I hope he watches this one day and he's like, I am great at downhill putts.
I think he knows.
I think he knows too. I think that's part of it. He just knows he's really good at them.
Good birdie from Noah as well.
Yeah, that was a really smooth one. And looking to keep it rolling on 16.
Hole 16, 213 feet, coming in at the 6th easiest hole on the course. You're going to see a lot of people go a forehand flex down this gap. These two trees right here in the middle are going to be mandatories, and it drops off quick. So anything that can hit right about these rocks and check up towards the basket will be really nice. A lot of times we see back in, you'll see them hit at the basket and skip long down towards the road.
Yep. Yeah, a one you really want to pick up. It is right there in front of you, just throw an upshot. A lot of people sitting around getting all excited.
You're electing to go with the forehand?
Yeah, forehand. And yesterday, being on the scary side on the right, putting into death, I wanted to make sure today overturn it a little bit if I make the mistake and give myself an uphill putt that's not going to be risky.
That's a good correction.
Yep.
And Paul doing just perfect.
Perfect speed control. Always going to make the gap with that. So good.
Noah going with the Nova.
Yeah. He said, I'm going to ace run it. And then last second he said, I can't do it. And then he just fucked it.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
If you're ace run this one and you miss the basket,
oh my God.
it's going to be tough.
Yeah. So earlier in the week, James ace ran this. First shot for a 4-pack. Drained it.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Went for it. And he said for a 4-pack.
Let's see it again.
Look at this thing. Nomad on hyzer. Best guy at throwing this shot, man. Ugh.
Inches away.
And then like shafted. Now he's like 40 feet. Brutal. Luke, our tournament director over there, giving everyone props for their shots.
James to clean up his birdie.
Just so far away.
And a terrible break with the roll.
Yeah.
That'll happen on this green. It's steep. If you hit band, it'll roll.
Yeah. I realized I moved quickly once James let go because I realized that our bags were on the backside and I couldn't. You never know what can happen, and you don't want to have it roll and hit anything. About 27 feet here. Really happy to clean that one up. at this point, I knew I was definitely putting pressure on the scores, and I checked scores here, and I was actually in the lead at 9 under at this point. And I was like, oh, snap. I want to keep birdieing.
If you can birdie out, you can secure it.
Well, in the lead with people behind me. So, like, I was a few holes ahead. I think you guys were on 13 or 12 maybe, and being a few holes ahead, I wanted to make sure that I just kept the pressure up, knowing that if I can get these holes, then you guys can also be getting these holes and catch them. I didn't realize that was slow-mo for a second, and I thought he was just actually walking like that. I was like, oh my god, that's awesome. All right, hardest hole on the course, hole 17. Rip it through the gap. Get way down here. Par 4. Distance is your friend as long as you can stay in the fairway. It's not your friend if you are way in the woods. So keep it in the middle, keep it going up, and then give yourself a long or a short upshot into this green so that you don't have to make a long putt. You're going to see a lot of drivers off the tee and really try and carry as much as they can down this fairway. Going mayhem. Smoked it.
Whoa.
Catch something. Just hanging.
Got twizzled.
And smacked down. I went nowhere. I am barely on the top of the hill.
Paul Oman gonna go putter, backhand.
Yep.
It's the same tree as yesterday.
Tree in the same spot.
Noah's gonna elect to go forehand as well. Doesn't quite get it turned over.
But through the gap, just high on the hill. And his angle is going to be pinched unless he wants to get really crazy aggressive.
More than likely par for Noah.
Yep. James did a long run up, jumped over the parking cinder block, went through and just smacked it and just got this smacked down by the tree. He goes nomad here, going with the putter, not trying to get up to the basket, so throwing a slow speed disc to really match the angle so it doesn't fade down the hill. It was a high level shot.
Paul Oman gonna follow suit with the forehand, just try and get up and down for par at this point.
Yep.
And there is a little ravine right there before you get up to the long basket, and you'll see a lot of discs filter down right there. And at that point, you're maybe 100 feet from the basket. So if you're wanting to be aggressive, you can go for the birdie.
So I ripped this, skipped up to about 45, and then rolled down to about 75. Yeah, so that makes this hole a lot harder, especially after getting smacked by the tree. And then I think I looked at scores once I had hit that branch. Noah went crazy Annie, and then somehow
he wasn't trying to go roller?
I don't think he was trying to go roller.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got flippier discs for rollers. I think he was trying to Annie it up there. James tried so hard to figure out how to throw a backhand on this, and the angle just was not there.
The rare forehand from Conrad.
We were all very excited. Got to spit first. Important.
This is a very awkward slope for forehand.
And that's just a bummer. You don't want to have that happen. Yeah. And poor Paul, man, this took so long. And like to no fault of his own, he was worried about getting hurt. He was
Dirtying up the sneakers.
I know, his Jordans. there was a lot to be anxious about. He's like,
don't crease them, Paul.
He's just worried about everything here. He's working hard. And we cut out 30 seconds. And safety first. None of us worried about the time it's taking because if he falls.
Also, not PDGA sanctioned event.
Yeah.
So take as much time as you want, really.
Yeah, that's okay. No one knows up.
Get there.
He was trying to run it, but it's still uphill, man. Yeah, James just throwing a layup there. Trying to salvage his round. I asked Noah if he thought I should run this. He said I should. And I was trying to run it, and then it was a garbage run. Yeah. Yeah, it's really far up the hill.
It is.
But I think had I stayed where I was, I would have been able to putt it. But having rolled down the hill, I was stuck having to go to the forehand, and I just didn't have the power with the backhand to get it all the way up there in the putt.
I mean, that's probably 25 feet of elevation.
Yeah, it's steep. It is steep. Good cleanups here. Getting out of this with a par is fine. James.
You're not losing strokes. Hardest hole on the course.
Yeah, hardest hole on the course. Yeah, James getting out of there with a par as well. No, that's not true. I think James actually got a bogey. But I'm getting out with a par. They flipped it up there, but I'm getting out with a par, and we're looking to get a birdie on the last hole and put some pressure. Yeah, one more hole.
All right, Tyler, you're up. Let's go.
Okay, but does this outfit look
No,
weird?
you look great. You're just here to talk about Jomez collaboration.
No, I get it. And
The
it's
Halo
like
Emperor. You
so
got
we
it.
wanna-
You look great. You're in character. Let's
Okay,
get it.
All right. Hey, everybody. The Emperor, the S-Blend Halo Emperor. With... Are you laughing?
I can't believe you even did it.
I knew. See, I knew it. I knew
You
this was a
look
prank. You told me this
ridiculous.
looked like the picture, dude. That's so.
I love that commercial.
I do too. Hole 18 coming in at the 6th hardest hole on the course. Par 4, 612 feet. This little stump right here is a great area for you to want to land to aim. There's really 2 slots up towards the long pin here, right where the drone is flying, and then there's one further to the left if you end up coming a little bit short. You can go, ideally it's going to be a backhand with a fairway or a driver to skip it up the hill a little bit. I did see someone on my card go forehand anhyzer all the way to the back wall of trees.
Whoa. I'm going fireball here, just trying to make sure I'm getting into position. I don't want to try and bite off too much and get aggressive and then not be in position, knowing that I want a birdie to put pressure on, because looking at the scores, I was now tied for the lead. So I want to make sure that I am doing the best I can, and I want to keep this dream of a playoff alive with you. Yeah, so Paul Oman throwing a good shot there in a good position.
Noah's going to go for that backhand.
Just a little straight.
Wow.
So easy to catch those guys if you push it too deep.
And what's frustrating is if you just get around those, you're in the perfect spot.
Yeah. And James going volt here, and it made me feel like I'm never not going to throw a volt after watching him do that.
That's one of the best shots I've ever seen on this hole.
Yeah, so smooth. He made it look so easy. Yeah. You know what? No run up. Tough spot. A lot of elevation to gain. A hard shot.
Paul's showing you that left side gap.
Yeah, and like, great spot to be. Great spot to be. He was able to work it back a little sooner than I was. And I really like that gap. And I'm like 10 feet from him to the right, and they're opening this gap up for me for this picture, for this video, but it's tight. All I can see is that straight tree, so I'm trying to turn right in front of it and slide up as far as possible and give myself a look. There was no line to park it with where I was at.
Yeah, in a situation like that, you're just trying to give yourself the closest putt possible without getting so aggressive that you end up with a par.
Yep, I agree. James and I offered that we would trade. We'd have, before we threw, we said I'd pay him $50 to have his drive and he could have mine. He said, deal. That sounds great. I'm pretty sure I remember you throwing a volt, right? And I said, yeah. I think you threw a fireball. But fun thing about unsanctioned, you still have to take it seriously enough that you can't cheat. But yeah, so there's still some integrity. Okay.
Well, you can think about it.
Yeah, well, okay, so all I was thinking was keep the dream alive. You know, I want a playoff with Zach Nash. We talked about it yesterday. An inch low. I wanted it. I missed. I didn't pull it right, and I never had a chance of going in. Got to throw it higher if you want to make it.
Paul the birdie.
Nice.
Great putt. And it's like you said, he started off slow, and he heated up on the back nine, coming in at 7 under
7 under.
for the round.
Yeah, and he had some missed putts, some missed opportunities. He played Smooth golf. So our card cleaning up here. I just want to take a moment and thank all the fans, everyone that came out. They were just so kind. There was so much cheering for everyone. It was a really fun card to be a part of, and really glad to see all of WNC out there for that. So
Yeah, great amount of people out there.
Yeah.
And great people in general, great venue, great course, great weather.
great weather, great card vibes, all this. So this is our this is our cards back 9. You'll see our finishing scores here, and if you don't want spoilers, cut it out now, and then you'll get to see the total leaderboard here in 3 seconds. So chill out. But here is the total leaderboard, and I see you there getting a
Yes, you
layup
do.
on the last hole to take down your first go throw win. How'd that feel?
It felt amazing. I was close at Persimmon. It was fun to be able to come out here before USDGC and play such a beautiful venue and course. It's a great event. GoThrow does a great job, and it was pretty surreal.
That's awesome, man. Well, congratulations. Way to whoop butt. And where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Zach_Nash.com. I also have links in my bio there. If you want to support me, you can buy discs and hats and other things in that area.
That's awesome. Well, after you won this week, I'm definitely going to go and buy a hat.
You should. They're
I'll
also
support
glow
that.
in the dark
Wow. All right. See, you heard it
for you
here
night
first.
golfers out there.
Okay. See, glow golfers, you're going to be able to find each other in the woods. Congratulations, man. And thanks for watching the GoThrow Tour Championships at Highland Brewing. Super happy to be here and looking forward to the next time.
Yes, sir.